This video is for Theme Research and Awareness Unit Key Search. In this video I want you to imagine a scenario. I've just come home from school. My teacher has set me a task for homework, which is to write up the work that I did in lesson in Microsoft Word. He's also said that on each page in Microsoft Word I need a header and a footer. Now I haven't got a clue what a header and a footer is, and I certainly don't know how to insert one into this document. So I'm going to do what most people do, and I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to use a search engine to search for a solution to that problem. So I'm going to ask myself this question: how do I insert a header and footer in Microsoft Word? Now I've already learnt about this, and that isn't something that I would type into my Google search. I'd read the question and I'd pick out keywords that I want to search for. So what keywords would you use in your search? Well, I'm going to use header, footer, and word. I'm going to use those keywords and I'm going to type them into my Google search. So, word, header, footer, and press enter. And like most people, I'm just going to click on the top result in my Google search. Now remember, what I'm looking for is a solution as to how to insert a header and footer in Microsoft Word. Excellent, here we go. This looks like a possible solution. From the View menu, select header and footer. Excellent. So I'm going to go back into my Microsoft Word. I'm going to click on the View header at the top, and I'm looking for header and footer. And I can't find it anywhere. Now then, what do you think's gone wrong? Well, if I go back to the search results here, you can see here that the actual screenshot that they've used doesn't really look like my screen. It's got all this grey and it says View, Normal, Web Layout, and if I go to my Microsoft Word, well, I've got a blue menu and I certainly haven't got the options that are on there. Now then, what I think has happened is that when I did my Google search for Word, header, footer, Word is a Microsoft product, and Microsoft bring out different versions of their word processors or their PowerPoints every few years. And what I think has happened is it's given me results of how to solve that problem in Microsoft Word 2003. And what I want is the solution to that problem for Word 2010. Now I could skim through these other results here, I could do that, or if I go down the left hand side here, I've got some other tools available to me. Now these tools don't always show up, and depending on what search engine you use, the tools might be accessible from different places. However, in Google, on the left hand side down here, you'll see all results if you scroll down a little bit. And the tool that I want to pick out for you is under the More Search Tools here. And you can see that I've got this very useful tool here where I can search for results that have only been published either in the past hour, past 24 hours, past week, past month, past year. Now I'm going to choose past week. So I'm still conducting a search on the same keywords here, but now I'm conducting a search for only the results that have appeared in the past week. And you can see already that I've got different results appearing on my screen. And actually, this one here at the bottom looks like it might be a solution to my problem, because I know that the Microsoft Word I'm using is version 2010. So it says here, insert a header in Microsoft Word 2010. I'm going to click on that. Insert a header in Microsoft Word 2010. Here we go, this looks more like it. To insert a header in your Word document, click Insert, Header and Footer, Header. Insert. I still don't see header. Oh, here we go. Header and footer, header. And there we go. I can insert a header and footer into my Microsoft Word document. Now, what I wanted to pick out in this scenario are the tools that are available down here on the left hand side. And like I said, most of these tools are available in different search engines, not just Google. It's just a matter of finding them. We call these advanced search features or advanced search tools, and they can be very useful indeed. I'm just going to show you a few more examples of where and why and how I might use these tools. So I'm going to start by clicking back on Anytime, and I'm going to conduct a search about World War II. my search. Now, some fantastic information appears here about World War II. I've picked out the keywords within my search. I want to find out information about World War II, and I've been presented with these fantastic results. I've been presented with almost, well, 1.5 billion results. I want to show you this tool down here on the left, which Google has as called Timeline. So if I click on this, you'll notice this really interesting graphic. What this interesting graphic shows is a timeline of specific years that have been mentioned in web pages that contain the words World War II. And you can see that the years 1940 to 1950 have been mentioned quite a lot of times on those pages. Why do you think that is? Well, the reason is the World War II started in 1939. You can see this graph here, the very high chart, bar chart there, and it ended in 1945. So most websites containing the World War II, if I click on these and break them down here, look, you can see that in 1945, or the year 1945, was mentioned quite a lot in the results for the words World War II. Now this can be a very interesting tool, this timeline, and you can use it for many different reasons. An example, like I said, is to search for historical facts. We can find out particular dates that appear in our searches. So that's another useful tool we could use in advanced search. The third tool I'd like to show you is the dictionary tool. So I'm just going to type in here synonyms. And this is a word we've already learnt about. So if I just type in synonyms, and what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to get off of the timeline additional tool and click on dictionary. When I click on dictionary, that brings up a definition of the word synonym. I can listen to that definition and see how it's pronounced, or I can listen to that word and see how it's pronounced, and I've got lots of different definitions here from a dictionary. So again, a very useful tool if you want to know the meaning of the words. Just click on more research tools in Google and click on the dictionary option here. Try experimenting with a few of these and see what else you can find.